Hello and good evening. Welcome back to our Connected Series interviews. I have been taking the time to connect you guys with a lot of my connections because I know so many amazing professionals that are out here doing such great things to help kids, help families, have the same mindset as we do, and I need to bring that connection to you guys so you can gain some of the benefit, gain some of the value, meet these people, and get to experience some of the things that I get to experience. So I brought Kim Cross on from ReThink Parenting, and she has been doing, we've been having a fun time talking before we started the interview about how long she's been doing this and some of the things that she sees. So she's almost on her 35th year of parenting. So I'm suspecting parenting's really changed. So I wanted to get your take on that.
Absolutely. Well, hello everybody. What I have seen over the last 3.5 decades, that's hard to say, wow, is the biggest thing I've noticed is that kids don't have grit. In other words, kids are having a harder time dealing with life, dealing with perseverance, struggle, disappointment, frustration, and the things that happen to us in life that sometimes are by our choices, which can be good or bad,
right?
And other times just circumstances. And so I like to roll that up into what I call the EQ versus IQ quotient. So we all know what IQ is, right? It's your intelligence quotient. But what I'm seeing today is a really low EQ in kids. So EQ, your emotional quotient, means how you see yourself, how well you know yourself. You understand your identity, your strengths, your weaknesses, your values, your priorities, your moral compass, your character. And so what I'm seeing today is low EQ or low emotional quotient to deal with not only knowing yourself, but how to navigate difficult personalities and situations and other people.
Wow.
And that's what's leading to a lot of anxiety, depression, unfortunately, suicide, and a lot of other things out there.
Oh my gosh, it's like you just nailed it right on.
Doing this a long time.
Yes, you have. She's showing her experience and wisdom here. Wow, what do you think is responsible for that shift?
Oh my gosh, so many things. Parents are busier, so kids have less time with their role models. Their number one role models are their parents. Number two, we've got social media and all the access to all that.
Disconnected connections.
Oh my gosh, and it's, technology is the good, the bad, and the ugly, but we're seeing more of the bad and the ugly in my profession than we've ever seen. It's really scary. The other thing is that kids are spending, in my opinion, way too much time with peers. And the definition of a peer is somebody with the same amount of life experience and wisdom as you, which is this a lot of times.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my goodness.
that's the tip of the iceberg, but that's a lot of it.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I know that parenting for some people is extremely difficult. You and I were talking about environment, so you're talking about it right now with where they put themselves, where their parents put themselves. And we talk about environment in our office all the time. There's 3 T's, thoughts, traumas, toxins, that you put yourself into. So chiropractic helps you adapt to the environment you choose to be in.
Right.
So this is interesting that you're addressing the choice of your environment.
Correct.
Where you're choosing to be here. So tell us about what's some of the things that you help families through.
Great. So a couple of things. One is that I look for what their parenting style is. So a lot of parents will parent as we were parented, unless we learn otherwise.
Yes.
So if we had great role models, yay, right? That's great. But if we didn't, a lot of parents don't know what to do. They don't even sometimes know what's going wrong, or then if they do know what's going wrong, they don't know how to fix it. So I help parents identify, here's what's going on, here's what's not working, so here's the what, here's the why it's not working, and then here's the how, okay? So that's one of the things. The other things I look for are the children's critical needs being met? And if they don't understand what those critical needs are and why they need them and how to meet them, a lot of the parenting skills won't work unless those needs are met. So it's a multifaceted, multi-layered thing, but yet it's really simplistic. So the first time I meet with clients, I listen for about an hour. That's all I do is listen. I take notes and I'm putting all the pieces together. and then we identify what's going on, what needs to happen differently, give them some specific skills. They're simple, easy to do. Not initially, it's that learning curve,
Right.
but they do make a huge, huge difference.
Cool.
Yeah.
I really like that. So with the emotional intelligence piece that you're talking about, are you finding that parents are having a hard time meeting those, modeling those, or because of the absence, you're noticing them come up more?
All the above. So oftentimes parents will get it into the extremes of a parenting style, so they'll be very demanding and commanding and use a lot of
The authoritarian.
oh my
style,
goodness, and things that basically put kids in fight or flight.
Mm-hmm.
So learning's not taking place. So
You know about
life, yeah, life is learning, parenting is teaching. So if you put a kid in fight or flight, they're not learning, you're not teaching.
No, absolutely not.
So they either do that very authoritative style that's, again, commanding and demanding, or they are like a deer in headlights. The kid's very manipulative, they're really smart, they have a lot of peer stuff going on, social media, and either the parent doesn't know what to do or they're overwhelmed. They hear about all these different techniques, and you should do this and you shouldn't do that, and they get confused, and so then after a while they do nothing.
Well,
So.
yeah, that is it. People just get overwhelmed. You know, we find that everywhere in our lives. We're like,
Right.
I don't know where to start, so I'm gonna.
Right. And when we know better, we can do better.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. I love that. Okay, Kim has website. She's got individual coaching. She's got classes that are coming up. Tell us about some of those options so that they
Okay.
can reach out to you.
So on the website, there are 4 pillars or 4 areas that I can help you with. So one is parenting classes. Those are the official certified Love and Logic courses. I teach 2 specific ones. One is early childhood, so it's for parents of children 0 to 6 years old. The other one is for the rest of the age group, so 7 to 17 or beyond sometimes, right? So the Love and Logic classes. And then I teach parenting parties. Actually, I have one
cool.
day after tomorrow. So
Cool.
that's where I come into somebody's living room or a clubhouse or a coffee shop or something. And these are all parents that work together, go to school together, live together in the same neighborhood.
Uh-huh.
They have the same age kids and or the same issues. So I come in, I teach them all a specific topic. It might be sibling rivalry, it could be managing technology, it could be homework grades, school motivation, it could be setting and enforcing limits. I mean, I have a huge list. And so after we spend about an hour, hour and a half together, then I leave and this group has a built-in support network.
I love that. That's what I was just going to say. What a great collaboration.
So
is
that's
so
2.
Cool.
Then I do private coaching. I do that quite a bit for people who really need for me to understand what's going on and they don't have time for a class or a group, or they don't want to share in a group.
Sure.
And then the last one is the corporate lunch and learns, because parents are busy. They've got work, they've got sports, they've got homework, they've got dinner, they've got all these things, right? And 20 years ago, 15 years ago even, I was able to do a lot of classes at night. You know, hey, come after work. That's not happening anymore. So I come to the
overscheduled.
workplace.
Yeah.
So where the coworkers are all going, yeah, I'm dealing with parenting issues. Productivity goes down, people's stress levels go up, and then they don't have time to go out and find solutions. So I come to them.
Wow. So they can contact you to go bring you to their business through the website as well. What a great idea.
Well, it's needed out there. It really is.
It sure is. I mean, you and I are on the same page with just trying to help kids thrive, obviously.
And parents survive.
Right?
It's a double-edged sword.
That seems great. Wait, I just remember the first time I had brought my kids to the Montessori, and they told me, like, well, stop doing everything for him. You know, I'm like, I'm putting his clothes on, I'm putting his shoes on, I'm getting everything ready, and I'm not building independence for him.
Right.
So some of his emotional, independence and feeling really confident about himself, being able to do something on his own, they're like, you need to stop doing everything for him. It's like, well, I guess that's how I was raised.
And you think you're being a good mom.
Right. And you just realize it's such a disservice.
Yep.
And there's just some things that people can just point out to you that you're doing it's really going to help. Obviously, if our kids are missing the emotional intelligence piece, that's huge.
Yeah.
We talk about that often when they've just become disconnected from their lives, from their families, from their friends, and then from themselves. And that's when they want to harm themselves or harm others.
Yeah.
That's the 5th D if you've been to my Perfect Storm event. And the other thing I was going to mention, because you said 0 to 6, one of the other things we talk about in those formidable years, from birth to 3, kids are making 1 million new neurological connections a second. So just like getting that piece of it to help the parents right there get a really good solid foundation.
And if this
As
isn't
kids.
motivating, so toddlers, how your child behaves as a toddler is a precursor to how they'll behave as a teenager.
Really?
Anybody breaking out into a cold sweat yet?
Like, oh God,
Oh my
call Kim now. Call Kim now.
So it's not that it's ever too late. I mean,
Yeah.
the older they get, the harder it gets, and the longer it takes to turn that ship around. But really, those early learning opportunities and synapses and all those things that we talk about in early brain development, and then just the ease for the parents. We want parents to feel less stressed
yes.
and to feel more effective and to have fun.
Yeah.
Parenting should be fun, and your kids should look at you and go, wow, they're having a great time raising me, and they can do it without breaking a sweat.
Right.
That's how it should be. And if that's not how it is for everybody out there, we can turn that around.
Oh my gosh, I love this. Okay, I'm gonna have Kim post all of her contact information, the links. And you said you have a party the day after tomorrow?
I do. It's a closed group, though.
Okay.
They've already maxed out my group.
Capacity?
So, yeah, but we do them all the time, so it's
Awesome.
fun.
Okay, you guys, I'm gonna post those in the links. Thank you for coming
Oh,
on
thanks for
us.
having me.
Absolutely.
I'm one of your biggest fans here at Purpose Driven, so.
You know what? She runs the children's ministries, right? Over at Foothills?
I did. I am now running a family coaching center and doing my parenting full time.
Through, is that still at the
It's still at
Foothills
Foothills,
Christian? Yeah, because I've been
but
seeing
I'm
that on
all
your
over the
flyers.
place. People sometimes come to my office, sometimes I go to their house, sometimes we meet in a coffee shop. We're all over the place.
So cool. I
Yeah.
can't tell you how many people come in and they're like, well, Kim told me to come in because my child is XYZ. Like, stuck in fight or flight is what they are.
It's a team effort. It
Sure
is.
is. Oh my goodness, we appreciate you
Yeah.
so much.
Oh,
and
thank you.
thanks for joining us, you guys.
Thank
I know
you.
this is going to be a well-watched live. So join us next week. We've got another connected interview series. We also have a women's retreat coming up May 18th from 9 to 11, a little brunch and some mimosas that you're going to want to join us for, as well as, did you know that PDC is having a Beat PDC tournament with volleyball and cornhole and ladder ball toss
When is
on the
that?
31st at 1 o'clock.
Okay,
at the park.
it's on my calendar.
Right. Okay, and I see Dr. Stromer on there watching, so I know he's ready for that. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Thank you.